They want to eliminate what they call the deep state. The deep state is a cadre of professionals dedicated to honoring the Constitution, the laws of this country, and carrying out the policies of the Congress and the President. The deep state dedicated to carrying out the policies of the President. The deep state dedicated to carrying out the policies of the President.
I guess that disclaimer won't be applicable if Trump gets reelected, because then the deep state will not carry out the orders of the president. Let me tell you about the deep state, though. Welcome, of course, to the Prepared Mind channel. And if you're here live, it's because you're on the preparedmind.club as a premium member. Only $2 a month. Only $2 a month, and you can be here live every day. Now, I want to start by saying this. I'm going to come out, and then I'm going to give you just information. All I do is provide information. You get to come to your own conclusions. But in my opinion, the assassination attempt by Trump was real, orchestrated, and it involved the deep state. The assassination, if it wasn't directly handled by the FBI and CIA, was allowed to happen with their pre-knowledge of the events taking place. Now, some evidence. All AI and all of big tech, Google, Facebook, Meta, and others are hiding the fact and denying that the assassination attempt even happened. Saying it's a lie, it's not true. Unbelievable and unconscionable. They're trying to hide it, as well as hide the pictures, images, videos, and audio from it. So when you see it, collect it, save it, store it, and then re-release it. And I want to start with this story. I'm calling it my opening story. The acting Secret Service director lost his shit today in Congress, and he actually played the victim card. You have someone who's alive with all kinds of authority and power, a badge, a gun, an entire agency behind him, and he wants to play the fucking victim? That's right, the acting Secret Service director wants to play victim because Senator Hawley, a Republican, grilled him about the Trump assassination attempt. And this poor victim, the Secret Service director, no one shot at him. No one tried murdering him. No one tried ending his life and destroying the nation. But what he fears is that the Secret Service is being unfairly prosecuted. I hope your blood is boiling, because if it is, that means you're ready and you're used to it. If your blood is not boiling, it will be by time I'm done. Trust me on this. So the Secret Service is being unfairly persecuted in Congress? Does he, the Secret Service director, mean that they feel persecuted unfairly like the January 6th Patriots? Are they being arrested, tortured, beaten, and deprived of their rights under the Constitution? I don't think so. Has the acting Secret Service dickhead in charge, right? Has the acting dickhead of the SS got his butt stinged? Maybe he should go to the Senate for more pounding like the fruit salad shooters there. That's right, go back into the Senate rooms. But it's unfair, eh? It's unfair. Maybe like parents who want to protect their children from sexual predators, sexual groomers, homosexual pornography being shoved in their kids' faces, and communist propaganda sprinkled with anti-white, anti-American bullshit. Those parents were unfairly labeled by the DOJ, the Department of Justice, and the Attorney General as domestic terrorists. Is that what the Secret Service feels like? Maybe the acting SS leader means it's unfair that they're being held accountable because President Trump was the one who was nearly decapitated by an assassin's bullet and nearly deprived of his life, and his family was deprived of his life, and America was deprived of our only presidential candidate who fights not for money and power, but for our republic. So what I want to say to the Secret Service, the SS leader, is fuck you, crybaby. And yes, folks, the SS was led, the Nazis' SS was led by Heinrich Himmler. He was a Nazi's Nazi, folks, and this whiner needs to get the fuck out of the way or stand in the gap and accept responsibility for the Secret Service and their failure. What is going on is unconscionable. What is happening is amazing. If your eyes aren't open to the shit hitting the fan right now in America, around the world, well, I'm going to open your eyes. The Biden Department of Justice has awarded Peter the Evil Elf Strzok of the FBI and Lisa Page, whore of the FBI. They're rewarding them with $2 million because of their texts being exposed and showing the world their anti-Trump agenda, strategy, and plan. So they break the law, Peter Strzok and Lisa Page. They violate the trust of America. They lie egregiously. They try and get President Trump destroyed, and they're rewarded with cash. Hey, why not just pardon them with a Biden pardon and give them the Congressional Medal of Honor as well? Why not? These fucking clowns are out of their minds. Out of their minds. It's crazy. And folks, the FBI continues to lie. The FBI now claims that Trump's would-be assassin ran a, quote, anti-immigrant and anti-Semitic social media account. But guess what? The founder of Gab, the social media place, refutes this claim and uses the FBI's own receipt to prove it. They're fucking lying left and right. Left and right, folks. They're not going to quit. They're not going to go away. The SS, that's right, the SS, Secret Service, has deleted email from the counter sniper. What did the counter sniper say? That they should, quote, expect another assassination attempt, end quote. What are they talking about? Well, before the election and on Trump. And he blames poor leadership in the SS. I guess the Prepared Mind channel, me and you, I guess we know some stuff, don't we? Just fucking unbelievable what these people are doing and saying, folks. What they're doing and saying is unbelievable. Let's continue, shall we? Let us continue. President Trump, he's going after the FBI. He's going after Chris Wray. And he posted a link tying Chris Wray, director of the FBI, to his assassination attempt. That's right, Christopher Wray, the FBI, and his assassination attempt. And he wants people to ask the questions. Folks, the SS, Secret Service, would not allow communications with the local police prior to the shooting. We know that now. We also know the police were looking for the would-be assassin an hour and a half before the shots were taken at Trump. An hour and a half, not 90 seconds, folks, 90 minutes. And they couldn't find this jackass walking around the grounds, spotted, pictures of him taken, and they somehow couldn't catch him. And the building that the shooter that we know of was up on was left unattended because it got too hot. So the law enforcement went inside. So Trump asks the question and makes a statement, implies the obvious. Trump asked Christopher Wray, the director of the FBI, what did you know and when did you know about it? And Trump wants everyone to repost that if you want to know who ordered the assassination of Donald Trump. The reason he asked, folks, is the gross incompetence and refusal of the Federal Bureau of Investigation to investigate. They're covering up and lying about the shooter's identity and political ideology and the relationships the shooter had somewhere that helped him create, shall we say, encrypted, anonymous offshore bank accounts? And who provided training and remote detonation bombs to the kid? In other words, it was another FBI, CIA, patsy assassination program, and they want to hide it. They want to hide it. I have no doubts that is who they are and what's going on, and I'm fucking pissed on it. And that's just one topic. That's just one topic in a day full of a ton of shit, folks. A ton of shit. I want to talk a little bit about some other things as well. The people that are in charge of screwing us over, they have powerful friends, powerful allies, and they will do anything it takes to destroy and control us. If they can't control us, they want to destroy us. But the people are stronger. We are stronger than anyone will give us credit for. In Venezuela, folks, they had an election. Their leader, Mr. Maduro, is the same as the Democrat Party and Biden and Kamala. They will go to any length to lie, cheat, and steal the election. Maduro was losing, and losing badly. They started shutting down polling places. They started covering windows. They started counting ballots in secret. They started kicking people out, the observers. It was so grossly obvious when they turned the machines back on that Maduro was now in the lead. Venezuela learned from America in 2020 what happens. What happens when the machines are turned off, and when they're flipped back on, the wrong person is now winning. I hope America learns this lesson, because they're going to try it again here. But in Venezuela, they are now on the cusp of civil war. Cusp. The Tren del Llano gang leader has issued a serious, if not dire, warning to Maduro and his regime and his security forces, and they are being told, you will stand down or there's going to be consequences. The Venezuelan military is turning on Maduro, folks. They're joining the people in protest, and shots are now being fired in Venezuela. Protesters are protesting. Shooters are shooting. There is chaos. Shit, it's the fan. Hot spots all over the country. The steal, folks, the election steal in Venezuela will not be tolerated, and it will be televised. Wake up, America. We are next to be tested if they want to pull this shit here again. I don't think I'm going to allow it. I don't think you're going to allow it. I don't think any of us are going to allow it. I sure hope you're ready for that, folks, because it is coming. They do not want Trump in office. No, they don't. They do not, folks. And they're trying to hide it. Yes, they truly are trying to hide what happened in 2020. They're ignoring all of the admitted, the investigated and found guilty fraud, whether it is reversing results or having more people vote than there are even registered and living in districts. People by the hundreds registered to vote in the same house. And now they want to let anyone vote, whether you're registered or not, or American or not. So, Maggot Mike Johnson has a task force that he is assigned to investigate the Trump assassination. I don't think so. I want a real investigation. So, former military sniper, Republican Representative Corey Mills, is going to conduct his parallel independent investigation into the Trump assassination attempt. I sure hope he does something. Because a bunch of rhinos, remember, Adam Klitstinger, a supposed Republican, joined Liz Piggy Cheney, a supposed Republican, in a smear of Donald Trump, calling him an insurrectionist and saying he was promoting violence and a violent takeover of the United States government in 2021 in January. It was a fucking lie all the way down the line. I don't trust rhinos. I've got some trust in military personnel, and I pray and hope that Corey Mills isn't full of shit and gets it done, because I want a 1, real investigation. 2, I want arrests. I want arrests in the Secret Service, the FBI, the Pentagon, the White House, the CIA, and everyone involved. I want arrests. This shit cannot be tolerated. When Secret Service members are looking at their leadership going, these people they're fucked. There's going to be at least one more attempt. They're pretending to be incompetent while allowing, promoting, and even assisting in these schemes, folks. And I pray that Trump is prepared. I really do. He better be prepared. He better have some serious, and I mean serious, protection. I tell you, folks. I tell you, it's coming. I want to talk about Kamala Harris now. She is a lying sack of shit. She is one of the biggest retards ever. Again, she was speaking today about what she would do about rising gas prices. And she gave another word salad retarded answer where she says, you know that fuel prices are now higher. I mean, good God, she's really, who the fuck is she talking to? Anyways, we know who she is, right? I want to talk to you about abuse of power from Kamala Harris. Oh, you bet, abuse of power. There's a fellow named Jamal Truelove, and he has come out and he's given an interview and he's letting everyone know how he was framed with murder. And the cackling whore Kamala sat in the courtroom and laughed about it. Folks, Kamala is evil. She is retarded. She knows it. She is a liar amongst liars, just like Hillary. Just like her. I'm going to give you some more. I'm going to give you some Chris Farley. Remember that time? Remember the time that Kamala got people to compare, right? Compare the immigrations and custom enforcement to the KKK. Remember that? Yeah, that was great. Remember that time? Remember that time BJ Kamala told BLM arsonists and murderers and looters to keep doing that and also pushed for defending the police? Yeah, that was great too. That's Kamala Harris. They have tried denying this, and it's complete fact of what she is, what she's done, and what she believes. I mean, it's incredible. And who is she probably going to pick? Well, she's looking at Senator Mark Kelly. That's right. She wants a senator up there to go against Senator, oh my goodness, Vance. Pardon me. So Kamala Harris's potential vice presidential pick, Mark Kelly, whoops, it's come out. He warned his daughter to take down her posts about drugs and sex. How perfect is that? How perfect is that? A female Hunter Biden Democrat for VP, right? The VP candidate's got his own version of Hunter. Why am I not surprised? The party's in her mouth, everyone, and everyone is coming. I'm telling you, folks, these are a bunch of sick, perverted, twisted, lying pieces of un-American shit. Un-American shit. You know what America's going to get out of this, though? You know what America's going to get? A serious education. That's what America and the world is going to get. America is relearning what our country is. It's not a democracy. Democracy is mobocracy. Democracy is 5 wolves voting with 3 sheep on what they're having for dinner. And you know, majority gets its way. We have a republic, and more people are learning. We have more of those smart guys going around college campuses, putting up a booth and saying, what do we have, a democracy or a republic? And watching idiot college students go up there and say, it's a democracy, and getting schooled. Probably the best education they're going to get in American universities won't come from professors. Now, we've got problems. Kamala Harris. What an idiot. Well, guess who is back, and he's going to expose it. That's right. James O'Keefe. James O'Keefe is back. And guess what? He's going to reveal what the top Democrats inside the Democrat National Committee really think of Kamala Harris. Tomorrow, folks, he's going to release his video. I have a funny feeling that James O'Keefe, formerly of Project Veritas, which was stolen from him and then destroyed. James O'Keefe, arrogant or not, assholio or not, I don't care. He was doing the Lord's work in exposing Democrats, perverts, big tech liars, and scumbags by having meetings with them and watching them expose everything they think. They don't hide it. So James O'Keefe is now talking to DNC big shots. And they're telling them what they think, folks. It's going to be tomorrow. Predictions right here on the Prepared Mind channel are welcomed. I welcome the audience. What do top DNC people think about Kamala? I'll tell you what I think they think about. I think that they're going to say that she's a loser, that she's stupid, that she is unlikable, that she is incompetent, that she is put up there because they know they're going to lose. They're trying to win back what they can, but they know they're going to lose, and they're going to test. Folks, they're always going to test their ability to cheat. It is going to be a shocker when America learns certain little districts are going to be big wins for Kamala. Magically, incredibly, unbelievable. While the rest of the country is going to be a red bloodbath of victory for Trump. But you're going to see the districts. I think it's going to be revealed, and I sure hope that Trump, his attorneys, and the American people see these districts, go in, audit them, and start making arrests. They need to start making arrests. Not one, not two, but 20, 30, 40 people in every district that are involved in the cheating need to be exposed and tried as conspirators and co-conspirators to election fraud. We need to wake up, America. And I'm calling on you guys, get involved locally. Wake up and start talking. People are talking, right? It's not changing for them. It's changing for us. People are waking up and they're speaking up. And I think it's absolutely freaking hilarious and also shocking to see what is happening. Now, I'm going to switch gears a little bit, and I'm going to go around the world a little bit. So first, I want to start by leaving the great state of Florida. Not me. Not a fucking chance, right? But an Israeli, right? The adult son of the Israeli diplomat who ran over a Florida police officer, guess what? No jail time, no prison. And he runs away back to Israel. I want to know what Democrat sack of shit judge allowed that to happen. So now we go over to Israel. And we've got a problem there. Not with Israel, folks, but with Turkey's leader, Mr. Erdogan. He's actually stupid enough and arrogant enough to speak up, and he suggested that invading Israel to help Palestinians is a good thing. He says this, quote, "There is no reason not to do it." Oh, really? There's no reason not to do it, to invade Israel? How about, Mr. Erdogan, you getting your ass cooked at 1 million degrees Fahrenheit, you Turkish fuckhead? They're risking World War III some more. Folks, I am not a huge Israel guy. I think there are a lot of corrupt politicians everywhere around the world. And they're involved in some of the most awful shit. Money laundering, theft, graft, bribery, extortion, illegal arms selling, illegal drugs selling, illegal child trafficking to other nations. It's going on everywhere, and every country is involved, including Washington, D.C., and their Comet ping pong buddies, including the European Union out of Brussels, and including the Israelis. I don't let anyone off the hook here, folks. All right, I saw the little Jewish guys sneaking out of the gutters and the rat holes in New York City when they got caught. Don't trust any of them, folks. And I certainly don't trust Turkey's Erdogan, who talks out of both sides of his fucking neck. He pretends to be part of NATO, and he pretends to be allies with Russia. And he wants to invade Israel. That is a World War III wish list of bullshit that could happen. Okay. I know I'm running out of time, so I'm going to get to it. I want to move to, well, let's just start with our economy. Build Back Better, right? What a program. Well, guess what? There's a retail chain out there. You may or not be familiar with them. They're huge. They're called Cons, C-O-N-N-S. They're a retail store, I don't know, like Walmart or Target maybe. Well, they are going to close their doors on 559 stores across America. Now, I would rather see little mom and pop stores everywhere. Little franchises owned by regular people. I would rather see that. But when you see a massive retailer like Cons closing, not one, not a dozen, not a couple dozen, but 559 stores, that is a serious indictment about the nature and condition of our economy and where the government is taking us. And I'm going to finish up my 30 minutes on big tech. I talked a little bit about artificial intelligence. Lying now. It is lying across the internet when asked about Trump's assassination. It lies. So that means it's being programmed to lie. It's not artificial intelligence. Not in the least. It's programmed lying. That's exactly what the fuck it is. Fact checkers are liars. They are all partisans. Just like AI is now a partisan tool that they're going to pretend is nonpartisan, independent, bullshit. And you and I and all of America already realize it's bullshit. Big tech, Google, they are in big trouble. In fact, I hope Elon Musk, who's taken over Twitter, which is now X, and he's threatening to put out a search engine, and he should. He's got the money, he's got the moxie, he's got the balls to take on Google. Do it, Elon. Because I don't use Google, folks, still. I use Yahoo, which probably goes to Google for its information. But if I've got to use a search engine, I will not use Google. Right? But facts and facts be damned, truth be damned, right? Big social media, same shitstorm, same AI, same fact checkers, same fucking liars. But I've got good news that it's not being tolerated what they're doing. In Texas, the Attorney General there, Ken Paxton, who Rhino Republicans tried impeaching because they want their big tech, big government, anti-American bullshit. Even in Texas, it's a fight, folks. And trust me, even in Florida, my adopted state, even in Florida, you bet there are elements here that want to destroy Florida and destroy this country. But in Texas, the Attorney General there, Ken Paxton, has won a $1.4 billion with a B, $billion settlement against Facebook, Meta, against Zark Zuckerberg. Why did they have to pay $1.4 billion? Well, because they did unauthorized biometric data collection. They were scanning people's faces without their permission, without their knowledge, without their consent. I have a conclusion here that I can draw from the fact that Texas has gotten Facebook to settle. They didn't win in court. and destroy them, they settled. They accepted the penalty and admitted guilt. That tells me two things, folks. I concluded two fucking things. Two. Number one, privacy is real and it is a right. We have a right to privacy. We have a right to own ourselves. We have a right to be protected. We have a right not to be taken advantage of. Number two, Zuckerberg is a slimy, sneaky, lying sack of monkey spunk who supports anti-American Kamala Harris and anti-American Joe Biden because he interfered in elections in 2020. Yes, he did. Zuckerbucks, remember that shit? He's going to try it again. The sneaky little sack of shit, Zuckerberg. Take a look at the little fucker. I wouldn't trust him, well, with anything. I wouldn't even put a ham sandwich in front of him. He would probably steal it, even though he wouldn't eat it. In any event, folks, it is the United States of America in which we live, and we all live in beautiful republics within the United States of America in our own states. It is time to fight back, folks. Wake the fuck up. Get prepared. Watch video footage of Venezuela. People running through the streets, people getting shot, people shooting, people fighting. Shit has hit the fan. Are they going to go full civil war? Will Maduro be shot, captured? This is what's going to happen to people like Maduro in America if they try and steal this election. I'm not promoting it or glamorizing it or glorifying it, but I'm telling you the violence is coming. Rich asshole politicians like Prickster, like Gavin Newsom and Nancy Pelosi and the Obamas and the Clintons, they will flee the country. And if they don't, they will be hunted like dogs. I don't want that to happen, folks. I'm saying there's a good chance it could happen. That people are going to say enough is enough, and we know who the problem is, we know where they live, and we're going to do something about it. That is what's happening in Venezuela. This happened back in the 1790s, folks, in France, when the king and his queen was starving everybody and fucking them over. And all of their aristocratic buddies, their dukes, their counts, their earls, all the lords of the land, well, they were the political aristocrat elites. And they all got captured and got their fucking heads cut off for it. So they need to be very careful. The Davos douches have been pushing us for far too long. You'll eat the bugs. You'll own nothing and you'll like it. But don't worry, folks. They will go scorched earth. Or maybe you should worry that they'll go scorched earth and destroy everything they can if they can't control it all. But I'll tell you what, I would rather live free and deal with those consequences than live as a slave to them and eating the bugs and their biologically engineered shit that they want to feed us. And they want to convert sewage water for drinking and to convert it into food paste for you. They want you to eat shit. Literally. That is who these fucking people are, and that's where they're going. Literally what they want to do to us. I'm not going to have any part of it, folks. I sure hope you aren't willing to either. Is that conspiracy theory? Or do I have to go and get the fucking articles and show them to you? Print them off and show you where they want to give people processed sewage for water and for food. It's out there. It's out there. I almost hit the end the fucking show button. It's not time to end the show. It's time to go to your questions on the Inner Circle. I tell you, We are here. We got a lot of great questions from you guys in the audience. And again, I want everyone to be here live Monday through Friday. Here, where? At the preparedmind.club, our website. They can take us off of Patreon. They can try kicking us off of YouTube. They can try this and try that. They can try silencing us, censoring us, but guess what? I'll keep finding a way to come back. And here we are. What do you want to discuss, Mr. Uman? Who's up first? We have, Uman. He says, Venezuela appears to have used Smartmatic machines, not the other ones. Dominion. Smartmatic. Anytime you put something with the word smart in front of it, it must be good. Smartmatic, brought online in 2017. So the Smartmatic is reported to be the software provider for Dominion. How interesting, right? That's very interesting. Smartmatic, Dominion. Good thing we have competition out there. Nope, they're all in collusion, folks. And when you're in collusion to commit crimes, that's called conspiracy. Whether it's conspiracy to defraud, conspiracy to murder, conspiracy to steal, it's all a conspiracy. It's not one lone little nut with really thick bottle glasses in a basement somewhere taking over. It's hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of these scumbags in every country. And I'd like to tell everyone, China's involved in it. You bet China has got their dirty little fingers in everything. They're giving money to Democrats in America. They're giving money to terrorist groups. They're pitting us against one another. I guess you could say that's smart, but China is involved in this. Thank you, Mr. Uman. Who wants to step up next? And Uman steps up next again. Talk about a brave, brave listener, Mr. Uman is. He says the claims are that Smartmatic was founded by two Venezuelans close to Hugo Chavez. Hugo Chavez, being a now dead communist dictator in Venezuela, was replaced by Maduro, but it was founded by two Venezuelans. And allegedly it has ties to Antifa. Imagine that. Can you see the connection between communist Antifa and communist Chavez? Oh, yeah. Folks, communism in Central and South America is huge. It's huge. It was put there by all places you'll never guess. Jesuit Catholic priests brought communism to South and Central America. That's correct. You heard me correct. Father Malachi Martin wrote a book on it, and it drowned me in information on the topic. Right? Communists, they infiltrate the church. Not all Catholics are communists, folks, but the Jesuits sure have their fair number. And then you got, school institutions? Oh, you bet. You bet. Ties to Antifa, ties to China, you bet. Let us move on if we shall. We have Mikey G. He says, Dominion Smartmatic is owned by a Spanish company, a company based in Spain. How about that? Take a wild guess. Who is the majority shareholder? Before I could even take the wild guess, Mikey, I saw the word in your next sentence. Soros. George Soros, who's handed the reins of the anti-America, anti-freedom corporation, if you will. George Soros has handed it to his son, Alex Soros. But the Soros Open Borders Foundation, the name says it all. Open borders, meaning illegal immigrants being pushed into every country that doesn't want them, need them, or have fucking money or room for them. Alex Soros. There isn't a prison sentence big enough for him. And anything that I would prescribe as punishment would be considered torture and illegal. But people like him, look, folks, they used to take small-time criminals in the government, like tax collectors. A tax is government theft. Period. Fucking period. If a government is taxing you, it's theft. Now, if government says, John, would you like to give us some money? I might be like, well, what's it for? And they'll say, well, we need a military. Then I might say, you know what? I'm going to contribute voluntarily to the military. But they say no. And they put a gun to your fucking head. And they go, give us your money or we're going to arrest you and put you in fucking prison. If you resist, we'll just shoot you. Right? There's a difference. So, Soros, open border. They give money. They put money out there to destroy nations. They, folks, need to go to jail, the worst kinds of jail. And if you took these carpetbagging tax collectors and they used to tar and feather them as minor criminals, you want to be a tax collector? Fuck you. Here's some tar, here's some feathers. Everyone gets to know who you are. If a tiny little tax collector gets tarred and feathered, what punishment should someone like George and Alex Soros get? What kind of punishment should a nation-destroying scumbag like Joe Biden and Kamala and Hillary and Bill and Obama get? Right? How much worse should it be than tar and feather? Like I said, what I think they should get is illegal. It's also unconstitutional. Right? It's a violation of the 7th Amendment of the Bill of Rights for what I think they deserve because of what they are doing. They're treason. And it is treason. The stench of it rises to heaven. Especially people like the Soros Open Border Foundation. Anyways, I am probably coming off a little bit heated here. Crazy world, folks. Crazy, crazy world. Where are we going to go next? Who's up? Who has something to say in its name redacted? And he says, news is not meant to inform you. He's correct. The news is meant to influence you. The news is meant to control you and your thoughts. The news is meant to stop you from thinking. The news is meant to stop you from taking action. The news is meant to bring you down. It's meant to depress you, to scare you, to convince you you're powerless. Let me continue with name redacted and what he has to say. The news is not meant to inform you. It's meant to influence you. It was created by the trench coat mob. So I took what name redacted there said, and I sprinkled a little more stuff on it. What is the news meant to do? If you watch it and you have no alternative, it's depressing. If you watch it and you have no alternative way to think or no alternative source of information, what's it do? It influences you. It controls you. It directs you. It convinces you you're powerless because they don't want you to know that you're powerful. They want you to believe that if you vote, yeah, that's all you got to do, and they'll handle the rest. No, folks, I want everyone to vote, no doubt, but I also want everyone to understand how powerful you are by thinking for yourself, gathering your own information, and then sharing and disseminating that information to everyone you know. That makes us, the people, proud. It gets rid of the fucking media news, right? Fox, you're out of the fucking way. CNN, you're done. MSNBC, no thank you. CNBC, fuck you. ABC, CBS, all of them, done. Don't need them. Unless I want a good laugh. But I feel empowered when I go to get my own news by scouring the internet. And not believing either the bullshit conspiracy theories, the QAnon stuff that'll take you down a rabbit hole of false hope. Once again, it's meant to control and influence you and tell you you don't have to do anything. They'll handle it all for you because the super secret squirrels, they've got this. They've got this. People are still believing that shit. That QAnon is out there, that it's doing everything and that it's all part of the plan. No, it's not. It's you being free that destroys their plan and enables us to fight for our own liberties. Thank you, Mr. Name Redacted. Ooh, man, let's continue. I'm having a good time today. I'm pissed off, and I see what's coming, and I'm ready for it. Chin Music steps in, and how you doing there, brother? You, Orlando, ooh, man, Bonnie Blue, everyone out there who contacts me. I got Christina and Heidi, everybody out there. And I can't name all of you. I don't got that kind of fucking time. So Chin Music says the censorship has already started. Oh, read. Go to X, Twitter. Go to Instagram. But X is a big source to show you how we're being lied to. So the censorship has already started, says Chin Music, and it will be out of control until the selection. Did you mean to say the election? This is going to be the wildest 100 days in U.S. political history. And J.D. Vance is weird. Yeah. Oh, I tell you what, J.D. Vance is weird, huh? Pete Buttgagger, Pete Booty Juice, pictured with fake tits on his chest feeding a child. But J.D. Vance is weird. J.D. Vance is a white supremacist, even though he's married to a Hindi woman and has racially mixed kids. But he's weird. He's all about white people. Okay, J.D. Vance is weird. Trump is weird. But today somebody put it up there on the internet. Pictures of drag queens exposing their genitals to children in schools. And, of course, my all-time favorite fruitcake, Rainbow Dildo Butt Plug Monkey, has made a reappearance on X and Twitter. That is a real person. Rainbow Dildo Butt Plug Monkey wants your children to come see him read books. But we're weird. The Olympics is normal, but J.D. Vance is weird. Kamala Harris is normal. She wants people to burn, loot, and murder. But J.D. Vance is weird. Michelle Obama. But J.D. Vance is weird. Hillary Clinton wearing a tent as a dress. But J.D. Vance is weird. Jeffrey Epstein pictured with Hillary. But J.D. Vance is weird. Hillary pictured with everybody. Harvey Weinstein, but you're weird. J.D. Vance is weird. All right, let's continue if we shall, Mr. Human. Let's continue. Rock Valley Ready checks in, says last election, and the one coming up reminds me of the movie Man of the Year with Robin Williams. The voting machine changed the votes. That would be entertainment mimicking real life. And real life mimics entertainment, folks. They do. They do. There's a new cookie on the market. They're called Oreos. They're brown on the outside, but they're white on the inside. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chin Music. Right, take a look at J.D. Vance and his family. Go ahead, take a look at them. Take a look, right, and then take a look at family of Kamala Harris growing up. Who's weird? Anyways, I tell you what, this country is being led astray by these fucking weirdos. Let's do this. Thank you, Rock Valley Ready, and welcome. And I want to welcome everybody else who is now on the preparedmind.club or subscribestar.com, and you're paying $2 for the entire month to be here live and ask questions. No extra cost, Monday through Friday, right? Just to get us through the week and figure out shit as we go along, as we head to the weekend where we take a fucking break from all the work and we do our Sunday Night Live show. But now it's Tuesday. It's showtime. Ooh, man, who is next? We've got Mikey G. He says the old Gog and Magog story or prediction. This is a biblical reference, Gog and Magog. It's out of, it's in the Old Testament. It also shows up in the New Testament. Essentially, it has to do with battling factions, God's war against evil, and evil attacking God and the people. The Gog and Magog, is that Russia? Is that the Turks? It's just basically, Mikey, I'm familiar with it. And to me, it doesn't matter what name we put to it. I just settle now for evil and not. Are you being deceived or not? Are you informed or not? Do you think for yourself or are you controlled? Right? I know 100% that to some degree, I'm being controlled. To some degree, they're fooling me. To some degree, they're deceiving me. To some degree, because I don't know everything and I can't see all the machinations. I see what's on the screen here, right? But there's players to the left, players to the right. There's players above. I can't see them. So in that sense, I can be misled or deceived to a certain degree. But once I see the consequences of the people, they're right here, but they're just off screen. I know they're there. They're saying shit. They're doing shit. But I see their consequences sneak into my life. And then I can identify them. They're evil bastards over there. I can't see them. I don't know their fucking names, but they're influencing my life. Right? Fuel prices going up. We have an energy shortage. Yeah, we see certain players like, Brandon, Joe Biden, right? They're the ones doing exactly what they're supposed to do. But back to the concept of good versus evil and trying to be independent and understand what is going on. Gog and Magog, pick up your Bible and read it if you want. I just look for the evil out there. Are they helping people or hurting people? Well, we want to reduce the population of the world to 500 million, no more than that. Well, that's going to help the people. Well, yeah, the ones that are alive, as if they're going to have a choice, right? Everyone else dying, that's fine. That's for the good of everyone. Tell you, folks, evil is evil. And by the way, 150 years ago, the elites started complaining that world population was too high. They couldn't be fed. There wasn't enough energy. There wasn't enough housing. There wasn't enough land to have over 1 billion people. Where they were back then, the population has increased 10 times. And they're being fed. The only thing stopping the world from prosperity is people like Bill Gates. Literally, people like the Soroses, Alex and George. Instead of turning Africa and the Middle East and deserts into fertile, green farmlands, they spend their money on rockets and missiles and bullets and vaccines to help people. They fund and fuel wars to kill people off instead of funding farms to feed people. I am not one of these green, limp-wristed fuckheads, but I know that food is cheaper to produce than war. Let us continue. Mr. Uman. We've got Badass Diving Frog. And he says, John, if Camel Toes gets elected, we'll have full-blown communism by 3 a.m. the day after the election. Wouldn't surprise me. Remember, folks, what's the difference between communism and socialism? Well, a communist is a socialist in a big fucking hurry. And Camel Toes has been indoctrinated into communism. Just like Barack Obama was. They're indoctrinated and they understand that we live in America. This flag here. We live in America and it's a republic, and they know that they can't vote to destroy the republic, but they can lie, cheat, and steal. They can make up whatever they want. They can convince the people that they live in a democracy so that they can then steal the republic from us and say, well, you voted for communism, so now we're going to give it to you at the end of a gun barrel. Folks, the Bolsheviks, Russian and Jewish college students in Russia, murdered millions of Russians because they didn't want to become Soviet communists. So they murdered them. And then Stalin, when he took power, murdered even more. And then he murdered people he was afraid of. Communism takes power, whether they like it or whether the people like it or not. Once they have an opportunity, once they seize that power, they take it. All right. We're at the end of the show. Thank you, Badass Diving Frog.
I think it's a great idea, but I mean, listen.
Here, I'm going to give you camel toes.
I think it's a great idea, but I mean, listen, I don't think we lack for great ideas. As I've said many times, we've been having great ideas for decades. The problem is that Congress does not have the courage to act. And that is why, from the beginning, I have said, my agenda includes attempting to get Congress to act, but if they don't within the first 100 days of my administration, I'm going to take executive action. Because what we need is action.
What we need is action, says Kamala. Congress won't take action. Well, see, Congress isn't allowed to take action. The president isn't allowed to take action. They all have to work together and agree. Laws are created in the legislature, and then they go to the president to be signed. Kamala is already promising she's going to take action. And, of course, the rest of that word salad, no one's going to understand anyway. But she's saying in the first 100 days, if she doesn't get her way, then she's going to do it her own way. Sounds rather dictatorial, doesn't it? Coming from a woman who knows dick. Oh, good God. Thank you, Uman, for that. I'm going to vomit. But let's see what else is out there since I started this show with you. We just started, and in 1 hour, what has changed in the world? He doesn't want to answer the question. The SS director, he's confronted about the email that has now been wiped off of the internet. It's been erased. Illegal. It is illegal to erase government emails. The email saying there's going to be another assassination attempt. And it's imminent, meaning it's coming. So rather than answer the question, to answer the topic, the SS, which is a Nazi organization, the SS Secret Service director doesn't want to answer. Let's see what else is happening here. Unbelievable. The acting SS director is no longer blaming the Secret Service for the fact that they didn't figure out what was going on with Trump and an assassin and guns. Nope. He says this, quote, "We could have maybe stopped him." He actually blames cell service problems. He's saying that prevented the Secret Service from launching a counter drone. Look, folks, when the shooting started, hundreds of policemen converged. There were hundreds of policemen there, sheriffs brought in from other counties, sniper teams from other counties, as well as Butler, Secret Service. I'm sure there were FBI there. They couldn't find this guy. They spotted him. They knew he was there. They knew he was up to no good. They actually got pictures of him and identified exactly where he was. They saw him on the fucking roof with a rifle, but somehow it's the cell phone system. That's what stopped him. Fucking retarded, right? Can you hear me now, Secret Service? Crazy shit, folks. What else is going on? Breaking news from the Babylon Bee. Thank you, Uman, for look. The Babylon Bee. They're no longer having to make up memes. They're just directly quoting Democrats. Anyways, behavioral scientists now believe feminists are always angry because they don't have a man to tell them to calm down. Fuck. Oh shit, man! I needed that. Yeah, that's right. Pro-Hamas, pro-rape, pro-baby murdering, pro-Palestinian activists. They're making anti-Semitic gestures at the Olympic Games. Surprise! No. I expected that. In any event, folks, shit has hit the fan and it is getting nasty. My recommendation, get 3 months of food or more. Food, water, shelter, clothing, medicine, means of self-defense. And once again, put American flags with permission on your neighbors' front lawns and by their doorstep. If they accept the flag and say, yeah, I'd love to have it, a nice American flag, you know that they're good Republicans. Now, if they say, look, I'm a Republican, I love Trump, but I don't want any bullshit, then they're moderates. They're not willing to fight. They're not willing to step up. And if they tell you to go fuck yourself, the American flag is racist, those are your enemies. And 4 in 10 people in this country are the enemies of us, those who love freedom, our Constitution, and our nation. Folks, chance favors the prepared mind is yours. I'll be back. Zero Dark tomorrow.